Hi there, Eliza here, and I hope you all enjoyed episode 1 of Does It Hold Up? Well, as I said last week, this time we'll be looking at the first episode of Adventures of the Gummy Bears. Now, Gummy Bears was one of my favorite shows when I was around 5 years old, alongside Transformers, Robotech, She-Ra, My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright, The Muppet Show, Adam West Batman, Mr. Ed, Wild Wild West, and Perry Mason. I was a strange child. With that said, let's get started and watch Adventures of the Gummy Bears, A New Beginning, to check Does It Hold Up? Again, as I said when I looked at Ben 10's first episode, and then there was 10, I dislike shows using the theme song for the first episode. It generally tends to give too much away. Also, again, I wish the animation of the opening wasn't just scenes from the episodes. Though this was made in the mid-80s, probably before I was even born, and, well, it was Disney's first animated series, so I'll cut this one a little slack for that. Though I will say that, in my opinion, this is the catchiest Disney show theme song. This song I can sing from memory, and I don't just mean the TV-length version. I can sing the full-length album version of this song from memory. Forget DuckTales or Rescue Rangers, this is the ultimate earworm. You know, I never realized that Ben 10 and Gummy Bears share something in common. Both series openers starting with the villains. I should keep an eye out to see how many animated series do this as I continue the series. Was that a common thing? Anyways, yeah. As the story begins, we are introduced to Duke Igthorn, who is a comedic, cheesy 80s animated series villain. He is very stereotypical, but it works for him. He is over the top and camp, and I love it, though I can see that not being true for everyone. We see him playing with a toy catapult as his ogre army puts together a big one so he can conquer Dunwyn Castle. We are then introduced to two characters. One is Unwin, one of the most unlikable bullies I've ever seen in animation, and Kevin, our wide-eyed main character. I kinda like this old animation, while there is a bit of stiffness to it as well. When they do get going, wow, is it gorgeous. The ogres attacking the woodcutters and the running is well animated. But the best part is the meat being used to knock an ogre unconscious. Though some of the cheats are noticeable, as many of those ogres in the group shot are repeats. After Kevin falls unconscious after falling down a hilly cliff, or is that a cliffy hill? We are introduced to another character, Princess Kala, who shows that she is adventurous and a bit of a thrill seeker as she jumps off a wall into a hay bale, only to get told by her father, King Gregor, not to do that. You can actually tell how kind King Gregor is when he scolds her in a kind way and comforts her as he tells her that he is sure that Kevin will be okay after Sir Tuxford informs them of what happened in the woods. By the way, can I say that I actually love all the character names for the humans in this show? They are all unique sounding, but also still sound like normal names. Igthorn, Kevin, Kala, Tuxford, even Gregor. I love these names. I do not like Unwin. Everything about Unwin is terrible. Moving back to Kevin, we are introduced to all 6 of the main gummies all at once, as each of them reacts to Kevin in a different way. And when they notice the gummy medallion, they wake him as they argue what to do with it. Kevin reacts in amazement to seeing Gummy Bears, and chases after Cubby when they all run off. As he tries to calmly talk to Cubby, the other gummies come running, and Tummy Gummy accidentally knocks Kevin into the tunnels that lead to Gummy Glen. In Gummy Glen, we get a good feel for each of the gummies' personalities. Gruffy is the grump of the group, Tummy is a bit airheaded and loves to eat, Cubby has a desire to be a knight, Sunny is interested in the arts, especially music, Zummy is wise yet bumbling, and Grammy is a tough but fair matriarch. As the gummies find and tie up Kevin, we move back to Duke Igthorn, who is continuing to be camp, and I realize that the ogres should never talk, as many of them have annoying voices, especially that little one. Something about what he's doing to sound like that just grates on me. Though I do like that Igthorn shows how narcissistic he is by not even caring that one of his subordinates just got crushed by a rock. Back with Kevin, we see him telling them how he got the medallion, and we see how gummy berry juice affects humans, giving him superhuman strength. After finally getting the gummies, save for Gruffy, to trust him, Zummy tells Kevin to follow him to the Great Book of Gummy, where he makes Kevin swear not to tell anyone about them, their home, or the gummy berry juice. We then get shown the quick tunnels, which is how gummies travel everywhere. They are basically log sleds that move really fast. To this day, I am still surprised Disney never made a ride based on them. Reaching the end of a quick tunnel, Kevin sees Igthorn testing the catapult and realizes they need to tell King Gregor. Kevin tries to get the Gummies to help, but they are too afraid as they aren't warriors, and they lost their magic with the Great Book of Gummy being sealed. Kevin throws down his medallion and leaves as Zummy picks it up, and it drags him to the Great Book of Gummy, revealing the medallion to be a key to unlock it. As the book unlocks, Zummy realizes they need to help Kevin, and they all go to help him fight Igthorn, who has unfortunately caught him, as he tried to saw the wheels off the catapult. As they try to come up with a plan, Gruffy agrees to go and help Kevin, and I think I need to pause to explain something. What do I mean when I call a character a grump? A grump is a character in fiction who has a kind heart but tries to pretend they don't by usually being gruff, rude, or uncaring as a way to hide it. A grump can be a character like Wolverine, Batman, or even someone who is genuinely kind but still has a gruff exterior like Ben Grimm. Grumps are some of my favorite characters in fiction. Nearly every animated ensemble show has at least one grump, and sometimes the grump is the main character of the ensemble, like with Scrooge McDuck of DuckTales. Anyways, Gruffy is turned invisible and goes to take some gummy berry juice to Kevin, who uses the enhanced strength so that the two of them can get out of Igthorn's camp. As they get to where the catapult is, the gummy bears distract Igthorn as Kevin goes to destroy the catapult. Unfortunately, Igthorn manages to take Kevin's bottle of juice and starts throwing rocks at the castle. They get the catapult rolling down a hill just as Igthorn's strength wears off, causing him to get crushed by the boulder he was holding and then launched by the catapult. Kevin and the catapult crash into the castle, and Kevin, being the paragon he is, upholds his promise to the Gummies. It ends as Zummy writes down what they did in the Great Book of Gummy, and that's the first episode of Gummi Bears. So now we have to ask, does it hold up? That is the question, isn't it? For me, yes. But I can't say it would for everyone. The villain is camp, the hero is a paragon, and the Gummies are archetypes. The plot is cookie cutter and kind of unfocused. Still, there is a charm to it. Whether it be because of the enthusiasm of Kevin or the actually well-made Disney animation. For your information, Disney threw a lot of money at this as it was its first animated series, and it shows. There's some impressive fluid animation on stuff that really didn't need it. Yes, they did use the shortcuts that were available at the time, but overall, it is impressive. Unlike Ben 10, where I was waiting for good animation to go with the good characters, here there was good animation abound. Yes, the characters are a bit archetypal, but that's because of the era. I personally say if you like things like OKKO or the modern IDW Sonic comics, give this a shot. With that said, I hope you enjoyed episode 2. If you did, like and subscribe, hit that bell if you want. If you want to help support the show, I have a Patreon. Access gives you access to my Discord server and as well as the scripts in advance if I remember to upload them. I am trying to get better at that, and once I have more of a buffer of episodes, I will premiere them on there 2 days early. If you want to help me in an undertaking to not only get myself to no longer be homeless, but to create a safe community home for homeless and abused women in the LGBT community, I have a GoFundMe. I have a Twitter if you want to talk to me, please be 18 plus, because I do sometimes talk about adult things on there. For anybody wondering, Does It Hold Up will be sticking to series openers, season closers, and series finales. For now, I'm sticking with series openers through the first 10 episodes, and next time is a two-parter as we maximize to see if Beast Wars still holds up. I hope to see you there.